Hi, it's me again, and I'm gonna talk a lot in this video, so welcome to me talking a lot. Welcome. Welcome. Today, I wanted to talk about laughing at yourself. Laughing at yourself. I don't have any points to this video, so I'm just gonna ramble, so you just need to be prepared for that. So I'm preparing you. I'm preparing you. Laughing at yourself, I think, is very important because we are all human beings. Most cases I've noticed, not only in my own life, but in like my friend's life, my family, and all of that, is that most people in the world, they blame themselves, and we can blame ourselves for things that we have done in the past or said in the past, or just a way of being how we were, in the past. We can feel very griefful, or maybe if we did things that wasn't in alignment with who we are in reality, which is, it can be different things. I am gonna take an example just to put myself out there, and so you can understand that I've done stupid things when I was a child. Like I've done many stupid things, and it hurt people. It hurt myself mostly, or probably the same amount of hurt. But I've also noticed that it's very important to forgive yourself. It's important to forgive everyone involved, because everyone involved has a saying in it. There's never one person who makes something wrong, even though it may feel like that. But everything is happening for a reason, and the reason why we behaved in a certain way is usually because of something. We don't usually behave in a way because there's no reason behind it. There's always a reason behind why we say certain things, why we behave in specific ways and stuff like that. For me, it's been like depression or self-value issues, stuff like that. So I needed to kind of work with that, and because of that, I thought that I didn't have enough, or that I needed it to fill my void. I needed it. It was no question about it. My brain was so wired that it really believed it, and that's kind of why we also need to that's why we behave in certain ways, because usually our brain works like that at that moment. But when we realize, and when we grow, and when we look back on our past, and when we see it from our future, like when we see it in the future and we look back on the situation, and we can see why we behaved in that way, because we can usually see the reason why when we are in the future. I can see the why in everything. Like, see, I can see the why in stuff that I've done. Like, not only to other people. It's not like I've been mean to other people in a very conscious way. No. And I don't think most people are. Yeah, I had a relationship for a couple of years ago. It was a very abusive relationship. It has physical abuse, it had mental abuse and emotional abuse and all of that funny things, and that kind of broke me. So that kind of broke me, that relationship, and I was broken. And after that, I needed to heal, and I needed to take my time, and I didn't do that. So instead of just focus on my healing, and instead of focus on what I should do, I distracted myself with other things. And now I'm in this point of looking back on my past, and not only on that relationship, but also on the things that happened afterwards, my distractions of what I did. And I just realized that it was distractions, and I never healed the things that I should heal. Okay, so that's why it's so important to laugh at yourself. What? It doesn't make any sense. How did I go on my own personal issues here? I don't want to the point is that wherever we are in the world, whatever we're doing that is not good for either ourselves or for other people, because in that relationship, it wasn't that he was doing it consciously. I mean, in a way, we fight it a lot consciously. I could feel his soul, and even though he behaved in a way that wasn't nice to me or to himself, it doesn't really Like I still saw his soul, so it didn't really matter for me at the moment. But then I started to realize, wait, I don't deserve to be in a situation where I get beaten up, when I get manipulated, when I don't have my own personal freedom to talk and all of these things. But instead of, you know, being alone, being single, I just tried to distract myself with sex, with drugs, with alcohol, with partying, with weed, with, you know, just going out and not actually caring about myself and giving myself that love that I needed at that moment. So instead I tried to find love. I tried to find love from different people. I tried to distract my feelings or my hurt, my broken heart. I tried to distract all of that needed healing by trying to fill the even deeper hole that I have. In a way, laughing at yourself is important because you are just human, which means that yes, we go through very hard things like abuse, whatever abuse it is. And it may feel hard at that moment, it may feel that our whole world is crushing down, but I also believe that we are going through things for a reason. So even though it's you that hurt someone else or someone else that hurt you, we are doing it for a higher cause in a way. If I was never in that situation, I wouldn't be able to talk about it right now. And I know that there's a lot of not only relationships with like partner, it's friends, family, it's all people out. Like it doesn't matter what kind of relationship you have with the people. Abuse can happen everywhere, and I've noticed that even though we go through those moments that feels like complete shit, we learn a very valuable lesson in those situations, and I think both parties does this. You know, it's triggering the trauma so we can work with them instead of distracting them, basically. So I think that we connect with people in the world to resurface what we need to work with or what we need to think about, like how we can be stronger in ourselves and how we can be nicer to ourselves and how we can be nicer to other people. Even though we are in a situation like that feels like shit, it's in a way supposed to be like that. And when we look back on those moments and we realize how much stronger we are, or how much kinder we are, or how much more compassion we have to people, or all of those things, and it makes us better humans. We need to go through suffering, or because usually our brain at that moment was wired in a way. And for me, I was in that relationship because I was too scared of being alone. It was like showing me that I can't save people and I shouldn't even do it, and people should just focus on their own healing. And everyone kind of needs to do this in their own life, even me. I don't know. I don't even, how did I start to talk about this? But it's probably important in a way, because otherwise I wouldn't talk about it. And I felt guided to just make a video. I haven't done a video for a while. I will start making more videos again because I like to talk. Even though I have no really idea what I'm talking about sometimes, I'm just letting it flow. But the point of the video was, I wanted to make the point of the video that it's important to not take yourself so serious. So for an example, if I look back on my life now, I can see in my life like how lost I actually was. I've never really realized how lost I felt until now. Like I didn't know who I was. I had no real identity, it felt like. I didn't really feel like I had an identity. It didn't really feel like I knew who I was, why I was here. I was trying to play these roles all the time, trying to find a new role all the time. Like who do I want to be? Instead of looking like, who am I? I was coloring my hair in all crazy colors. Like I miss coloring my hair, so that shouldn't be a point of not being who you are. You know, a hair is just a hair and it doesn't matter about your identity. But I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. So I tried to be all of these other people wants to know, but I tried to find my identity in the world and I couldn't find it. Like I couldn't. It was nowhere until I started to travel and I started to understand that I can choose in a way of who I want to be. And but it's not genuine. If I'm gonna be who I am, then I'm gonna be genuine. If I'm trying to be someone I'm not believing 100% that I am, then that's not me. And I think that I needed to look deep into my heart and to ask myself, like, who am I? And I found much more than I even believed. When I really look into my heart, it's so much more beauty than I thought. It's so much more love than I thought that I have. And I'm just in the beginning stages. I try to be all of these different people in a way, or not try to be, but it was like I try to find my identity, but my identity is like, I love to create. So I'm a human being. I'm a human being. That's what I found. I'm a human being. I have feelings. I have dreams. I have wishes. Just as every other person out there. Everyone else in this world has dreams. They have desires. They have wishes. They have traumas. They have usually addictions. They have their own demons to conquer and fight with. Everyone. So everyone has their own happiness, what makes them happy. Everyone has their own, all of these big things and all of these deep things that we sometimes can neglect, like, sometimes we can maybe think people are so shallow, or like they are so, it's just on the surface, but it's not. Everyone has this depth. It's just a matter of talking to it. Some people don't, as I said, some people distract themselves from looking deep of who they are and distract themselves with everything. Don't overdo it. Balance is the key. Balance is everything. Balance is how we move forward, and just being here in the now. Like, I have all of these dreams, desires, wishes that I want to come true. Like, I have all of these dreams that I really want to, I really like, but I know in my heart that the universe and cosmos is going to provide me exactly what I need, first of all. What I need, and then what I wish for, because that's how it's always been. I have always get what I wished for. It will always be like that, because it will be that with you also. It's our natural state of being abundant. Not maybe everyone, I think, like, there's this personal things like generator and generator, manifestor generator, something like that. I'm very, like, that's interesting. But like, we have this personality aspect, a different personality aspect of every human being in the world, which means that not everyone maybe feels like this. At least in my life, I just need to listen to my gut. Does this feel good or not? And if it doesn't feel good, then I'm not gonna do it. If it does feel like I'm supposed to follow here. So I've noticed that in order for us to make our dreams a reality, we need to really feel it through, or at least I do. I need to really feel it through before I take action. So before I can manifest something, it needs to be in my highest good. It needs to be in the highest good of everyone involved. It can't be ego-based, otherwise the tower is just gonna come. Like, everything like that, I've noticed. Anyway, so joke. Have fun. Laugh at yourself. Look at yourself 10 years ago, and now look at yourself today. I'm gonna see if I can find an old picture of myself, and I'm gonna insert it here, now. This is me just a couple of years ago. Probably, yeah, it depends on which picture I find. It doesn't feel like me. That's not me anymore. Like, I'm not that person anymore. That's so far away from who I actually am in reality that it's crazy. And I think it all started when I was in the teenage. So I think that when we are teenager, when we become teenagers, all of these emotions and all of these things start to bubble up in our life. Emotions and, puberty and hormones. And I also think that it's more about like we can remember maybe more traumas or just things from the past when we were children. It can also be maybe, yeah, I think like all of these things emerge up, and I think most people block them out. So we block them out instead of actually like looking at them, feeling them through and facing them, because most people are scared, and we are living in a world where fear is dominated, which is fucked. We're living in a world where fear is dominating the world. We can see it with the coronavirus right now. We can see it with kind of every virus that's kind of been blown up. Like media really wants to control us with fear, and right now with the virus it's actually like really easy spot to see it, how fearful people are about this. And I understand, like, no one wants to die, but death is just an illusion. We don't die. Like, our soul is eternal. If we die, if our body dies, I truly believe that there's a reason for it. We don't leave this earth if there's no reason for it. So if there's a lot of people dying, for an example, I do believe that, it sounds so weird, but I do believe that they do it for a reason, so maybe they can help other people at this planet, so we can actually unite and work as a fucking human race. Because I do believe that we can have connections with I believe we can talk to dead people. No, not really that literal. That's like too logical to see it. I think that they are energies, and souls are everywhere, even though the soul is not in a physical body. The soul is still somewhere. And maybe it manifests as a physical body again, but if it doesn't, it's still in the ether, it's still in the cosmos. And when the soul is in the cosmos, I believe that it can talk to us, or like communicate. It doesn't need to be words, it can just be feelings, it can be signs, synchronicities. Like, this is our guides. This is our guides. Our guides are always with us. And maybe it's not like in the like the ether. For me, it's this veil we have. We have a lot of different dimensions in this world. It's just that our senses can't sense them, or our human senses can't understand what is really happening in all of the dimensions that we are in right now. But we are actually like in different dimensions at this moment of time. And I'm not believing that our spirit guides, or maybe souls that has been in this incarnation and that has left this planet, I don't believe that they are in the sky or something like that. I believe they're here right now. Like, someone is sitting here right now, and it's not like someone is sitting there, it's just energy. It's just energy. I have experience when I took acid once in my room in Malta, and I saw 7 beings, and they were like 2 meters long. They were super long, and they were standing kind of behind me. I got scared. So instead of interacting with the beings, yeah, they were just light. It was just light. They didn't have a form. It was just light, and it was 7 of them, and they were 2 meters long. It was just, I had a small room, so it was crowded in the room, basically. And I just felt this powerful presence. That's why I also was scared. I knew that it wasn't, they were friendly, or whatever that was, but the beings were not unfriendly. They were just very powerful. So I got scared because I felt like this little nothingness compared to them. So I got scared and I didn't interact. And the whole trip basically ended with me sitting on YouTube trying to rationalize what was happening, or trying to find comfort in watching other people on YouTube. So it's obviously much more detailed than that trip, but I don't really have energy, or it's not the time to go into details with my trips yet, because I have a lot of trips that I've been through and I have a lot of details. And I can honestly say that some of my trips that I had on psychedelics, and mostly LSD, acid, has kind of taken up trauma again, so it hasn't healed it. It has more make it resurface, so it's kind of make the trauma worse. And I've got traumatic experience by tripping because it's been a bad trip. So some of my experience with psychedelics has not been good for me, because it's made me scared of the things that I went through, like the traumatic experience, or a new traumatic experience, kind of emerged because of the trip. So I think it's very important, if you take psychedelics, to actually think about your intentions. Why do you do it? Do you do it just to go out and have fun? Are you just like, it's sacred. It's a sacred medicine, whether it's acid or shrooms or whatever plant it is. Acid isn't a plant though, but you understand what I mean. Whatever chemical it is, it's sacred, and we should respect it. So laugh at yourself, laugh at who you are. I'm laughing at myself because I'm trying to stay at one subject. It's fun to just laugh at yourself. it's been fun to make this video. Thank you for watching it. I don't really know the point of it, but it was nice to talk about myself mostly. I'm sorry, but I hope I hope that it can help someone maybe. I don't know, the point of it is, I don't even know if I have a point. Do I need to have a point on the videos, or can I just ramble because it feels good to ramble? You are strong. Wherever you are in your life, you have gone through shit before. You will go through it, like you will go through it in the future. I'm not saying that because that's but everything that we go through, it makes us stronger, and we are just stronger people. We find ourselves, we find ourselves. Whatever we're going through, even if it's a bad job, it's an abusive relationship, whether it's a friend, a partner, a family member, yourself, we are strong. Human beings are strong, we are powerful, but we need to believe in ourselves. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Are you into tarot? Tarot? I do tarot readings. Tarotkort. 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 I have a YouTube where I do monthly readings, sometimes pick a card readings and stuff, so check it out if you wanna check it out. My words has disappeared, so I'm gonna end this video. Life is a mystery, and it's very cool, and it's fun to live in the mystery. So if you want to know things all the time, try to just live in the mystery, not planning anything. See where it takes you. The universe always provides, I've noticed. That's a fact.